Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown. Results from August 30th. Birthdays, we got from August 31st, Jeff Hardy, he was born 1977. Mickie James, born 1979, also on the 31st. Ember Moon, her birthday was, she was born 1988. September the 1st, Mad Dog Wachon. He was born 1929. Bam Bam Bigelow, 1961. Rocco Rock, 1953. Sim Snuka, 1971. Doug Williams, 1972. Solomon Crowe, 1987. And September the 2nd, Tracy Smothers, 1962. Well, Petey Williams wrestled his first match in GFW in over 8 years, defeating Caleb Conley. Williams spoke about how he felt after picking up the win, how Conley and Trevor Lee can't fight their own battles and taking back his move, the Canadian Destroyer. I've been retired for 3 years and noticed that my move, for lack of a better word, has been hookered across the wrestling community, Williams said. So I'm here, the original Canadian Destroyer, to take back what's mine, and I'm going to save wrestling as I do it. Former WWE champion Rob Van Dam worked matches for Australian indie promotion last weekend and was busted open the hard way during a match at All Action Wrestling's Perth Classic event on Saturday night. RVD defeated James Grace in a Perth Classic semifinal match and later defeated Andrew the Shark Carter in the finals of the tournament. The first ever for the promotion. And I did have photos after the match with Carter. And he said, thanks to my opponents in Australia over the weekend. Hashtag Spy Sid Parker. Hashtag The Shark. Hashtag James Grace. And the Guardrail. Hashtag RVD. Hashtag BCW. Hashtag AAW. Hashtag Hardway. And pick a picture of that at the link there for you. And RVD also said, with one of the greatest in-ring performers and champion of a person, the real RVD and the amount of blood he lost this night is unbelievable. And picture that link for you there too. Michael F. Gunn on Twitter at F-Gan12. News on August 31st. At this link, congratulations to RVD on winning the first ever AAW Perth Classic tournament. And thank you to all of our guests and fans who come out to support us on the rebirth of All Action Wrestling. Live Nation, WB, and Guns N' Roses are teaming up to give fans VIP experiences with a new sweepstakes. There will be 7 grand prize winners, 1 for each of the 7 participating markets: El Paso, Las Vegas, Oakland, Sacramento, Los Angeles, Tulsa, and Nashville. Winners will receive 2 reserved tickets for a WWE live event and 2 reserved tickets for a GNR concert. They will also receive a matted autographed superstar photo, 3 exclusive VIP merchandise items, and an official WWE program at the WWE show, plus pre-show tour merchandise shopping, 2 GNR laminate and VIP gift packs, and an invitation to the Paradise City Lounge at the GNR concert. Full details and entry form can be found. Well, on this news, it was you can contact Intercontinental Champion The Miz on Twitter. I did not get the link, but The Miz should have known about it. 2 things that I deem awesome: WB and Guns N' Roses, and apparently both are coming to your city. Maybe it's on this link here for you. WWE NXT interviewer Christy St. Cloud was recently interviewed by Byron Saxon for the WWE website. Christy, who watched wrestling as a kid, commented on what her average week with the company is like. And she quotes by saying, I get to partake in promo class at the WWE Performance Center to start the week. In addition to that, Monday through Wednesday, I spend time watching and learning from other hosts and working on my own stuff. I get to work on my craft during shows at the Performance Center as well. which features some of the newer NXT stars. Thursday, Friday, Saturday are usually the NXT live shows, which are so much fun. I get to interact with the live crowd, see superstars that have their first match, try new things, meet the fans, etc. On Sundays, you usually work out, grab groceries, do laundry, and prepare for the following week. She also commented on why the opportunity is so important to her. It's truly a humbling honor. I know how many people would give anything to do this. My first week here was during WrestleMania, and it nearly brought tears to my eyes, considering that the year before I was buying a general admission ticket to WrestleMania in Dallas as a fan. Being a part of the festivities in Orlando made the experience that much more overwhelming. The fact that WWE means so much to so many people, and that I have a chance to affect and bring joy to people's lives, drives me to work harder every day. I've always imaged myself here, and how I am here, I feel like I belong. As noted over the weekend, Sexy Star purposefully injured Rosemary's shoulder at the end of their Reina de Reinas championship match, which also included Lady Shani and Ayako Hamada at AAA's Triple Mania 25 event. Since then, Rosemary has responded to what happened, commenting that Sexy Star tried to say it wasn't work, which Rosemary wanted to make very clear it wasn't. While a number of wrestling stars have reacted to the incident, Sexy Star has already felt the backlash, getting pulled from a WrestleCade weekend event. There was a video on a reality on the reality show star. Sexy Star was asked about the incident, and here was her response, which translated roughly from Spanish, originally from RDERUDO.com, according to PW Insider. This have been very difficult days for me, Sexy Star said. Last Saturday, I was a champion. I was in a championship fight. It was very hard. I think everything got out of hand. I don't know. I am still confused with the situation. I'd like to remain quiet, and when the time is right, I will speak on the subject. Men and women want to finish me, make me retire from the sport. I am still here. As I stated in the beginning, I will not stop representing all those women that have been mistreated physically or psychologically. I believe that I have to stay stronger. If at a moment I went through depression and got out of it, I will also get out of this one. I was doing what I had to do, what the people deserved, to go all in clawing until the end. That's what happened. I submitted her. It appears the girl is injured. I don't know. It is not something I am aware of. That's all I can say. Rosemary gave an injury update on Twitter, saying it's a strained tricep bicep with swelling around the area, and that time away from the ring should be minimal. She also thanked those who supported her, and when wrestlers do make mistakes in the ring, they should own up to them. Another injury source from the Oklahoman, William Ogletree, a 25-year-old entertainer from Oklahoma City, died on Tuesday after suffering a critical head injury at an unsanctioned wrestling event. Ogletree suffered the injury on Sunday and was reported to have no brain activity on Tuesday, according to the Oklahoman. Ogletree was injured after being hit with a spinebuster. According to his uncle Joseph Ogletree, the uncle said his nephew only recently began competing in professional wrestling, but had expressed interest in it for quite some time. According to the administrator of the Oklahoma State Athletic Commission, Joe Miller, this event was not licensed by the commission, despite the state's requirement for all professional wrestling events to receive approval before they begin. Miller identified the promoter as Leslie Hensley of Balthazar's Ladies of Wrestling, which is called BLOW, who did not comment on the incident. Ogletree was a stand-up comedian and a guitarist for a local rock band. His last post on social media on Sunday read, "This Sunday I will be wrestling in a match with a lot of extremely talented people. I am so excited to help with this. I am going to get beat up a lot, so if you don't like me, this is the show for you. And sends our thoughts and prayers to the Ogletree family. My condolences go to their family as well. WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar is not currently scheduled for next Monday's Raw in Omaha. He is slated to appear on Raw the following week on September 11th in Anaheim, which is the last scheduled Raw event before the No Mercy pay-per-view on September 24th. His last currently scheduled WWE date is Raw live event on Saturday, September 30th in Winnipeg. After his hospitalization and surgery back in mid-August, WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair is set to begin physical therapy, according to the new announcement from WWE and a Facebook post from Flair's fiancée, Wendy Barlow. And this is what the update from Flair's Twitter account itself. Ric Flair to begin physical therapy following health issues. Ric Flair is recovering and set to begin physical therapy following his August 12th hospitalization and subsequent surgery, WWE.com has learned. Flair's fiancée, Wendy Barlow, provided an update on her Facebook page regarding the two-time WWE Hall of Famer's condition. He is doing very well for a man who has been through so much, she wrote. He will begin physical therapy shortly and will be stronger than ever and back out enjoying all the fans sooner than you would think. An update from Flair's official Twitter account this morning was equally optimistic. Sometimes you have to get knocked down lower than you ever been to stand up taller than you ever were. Nate will be back. And here's a link, a picture of that. On Twitter, Ric Flair, at Ric Flair Netterboy, August 29th, tweeted, sometimes you have to get knocked down lower than you ever been. So to stand up taller than you ever were. The post read, Nate will be back. John Cena and Roman Reigns took part in a noteworthy verbal confrontation on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. The war of words got personal at times, with Reigns stating that Cena buries younger talent, while Cena called Reigns a cheap-ass, corporately created John Cena bootleg. Dave Meltzer reported at F4W Online that the segment was completely scripted ahead of time. The main verbiage for the promo was mostly from the writing team and was not Reigns or Cena ad-libbing. Although Reigns did get lost once and Cena called him out on it. We noted earlier that Samoa Joe was scheduled to face Cena at last night's show, however missed it due to a knee injury. Meltzer noted that while Joe's injury caused changes to the show, the Cena-Reigns confrontation was always the plan for Raw and was not added due to the show being revised. Video backstage at Tuesday's SmackDown with Charlotte Flair talking at this link to Renee Young about how her father, WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair, is doing after a recent hospitalization and surgery. Charlotte says that these may have been the hardest 2 weeks in her life, but her dad is a fighter. She thanks everyone for their support and says it means a lot to her family and mostly important to her and her dad. Charlotte says Rick has a long road ahead of him, but the prayers and positive vibes are helping. She said she wouldn't be at SmackDown if she didn't think it was okay. Charlotte also talked about how being back with her friends, especially Becky Lynch, and getting back into the groove of things has helped her. As Samoa Joe suffered the knee injury at Raw live event this past weekend, which caused last night's Raw to be reshuffled. Joe was originally scheduled to face John Cena on the show. PW Insider reported that Enzo Amore was originally scheduled to be one of the participants in last night's Battle Royal, but plans changed over the day. Enzo ended up defeating Noam Dar on the show in Enzo's Cruiserweight debut. Xavier Woods provided an injury update on his knee during a live stream backstage on SmackDown on his Up, Up, Down, Down channel today, which you can watch in the video, which I did not get the link for that. Just go to Up, Up, Down, Down. Woods injured his knee during a match against Breezango and SmackDown Tag Team Champions Usos at the live event in Texarkana, Arkansas. While playing Windjammers with Becky Lynch and Renee Young, Woods stated that he had an MCL sprain. Becky Lynch noted that she recently had a similar injury, that it shouldn't take longer than a month to heal. Lynch added that she wrestled the whole time with the injury. Woods didn't specify that he had a grade 1 or grade 2 sprain. A grade 1 sprain can take up to a week to heal, while a grade 2 can take 2 to 4 weeks. Regardless, Woods shouldn't be missing much action. Former WWE Divas champion Eve Torres Gracie revealed on her Instagram story on Monday that she is at the WWE Performance Center this week. WWE posted a photo of her and her husband, Reina Gracie, at this link from Instagram, teaching self-defense at the Performance Center today. So it's not for a full return, it's just a guest appearance. Tonight's SmackDown opens up at the Verizon Center in North Little Rock, Arkansas, as Tom Pellis welcomes us to the show. He's joined in by JBL, Byron Saxon, Tom hypes tonight's main event, Randy Orton. And Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev and champion Jinder Mahal. We go to the stage. The Singh brothers introduce the WWE champion, and out he comes. Jinder and the Singh brothers hit the ring, and Jinder hypes the main event against what he calls two of his biggest rivals. He goes on about how he's shown nothing but disrespect. The USA chants start up. Jinder wonders who will pay for him being disrespected. The Singh brothers speak up and take the blame for failing Jinder last week. They get emotional and apologize to the people of India, their family, and then Jinder. They embarrassed Jinder last week, but they vow that Nakamura will never touch Jinder again. They offered to publicly kiss Jinder's royal feet. They drop down to their knees, but the music interrupts. Out comes Nakamura to a pop. Nakamura hits the ring and gently pushes the Singh brothers to the side. He's about to go at it with Jinder, but the triple team begins. The Singh brothers beat Nakamura up as Jinder looks on. Jinder grabs Nakamura, but the music hits. Out comes Randy Orton to a pop. Orton fights off the brothers and goes to work on Jinder, but Rusev hits the ring. Rusev beats Orton down, and the fans boo. Jinder and the Singh brothers go back to work on Nakamura. Jinder hits the collar on Nakamura. Jinder's music hits as the heels stand tall in the ring. Orton is down the ringside. Still to come segment, AJ Styles brings back the U.S. title open challenge. We see Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin backstage walking back to commercial. Back from the break, we get Nakamura versus Orton in the number one contenders match as announced for next week. Ascension versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Highlights can be seen at this link here. We go to the ring and the Ascension is out. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are out. Next as Greg Hamilton does the ring introductions. Gable starts off with Victor as they go at it. Gable takes control and unloads and before tagging in Shelton for his return to the ring. Shelton works Victor over and hits a suplex for a pin attempt. Gable tags in for a quick double team. Gable decks Connor, but gets launched to the floor by Victor. We go to commercial break. Back from the break, Connor is working Gable over. Gable tries for a tag, but Connor nails a big spine buster for a 2 count. Victor comes back in and keeps Gable down. Gable fights up and out, but Victor beats him in the corner. Connor tags back in and talks trash to Shelton. Connor scoops Gable, but Gable slides out and reaches for a tag. Connor sends him to the mat. Connor charges but hits the ring post as Gable moves. Shelton gets a tag and unloads as Victor also tags in. Connor runs in, but Shelton takes him out, sending him to the floor. Shelton fights Victor off and kicks him in the head. Shelton goes to the top and lands on Victor, but Connor breaks up the pinfall. Gable dumps Connor to the floor. Shelton ends up dropping Victor on his face for the pinfall. After the match, Shelton and Gable celebrate as they go to replays. Celebration continues after the replay. Still to come segment, New Day versus Usos and AJ Styles U.S. title open challenge. Baron Corbin backstage walking when Renee Young approaches him for some comments on squandering his Money in the Bank cash-in. He blames it on John Cena and says Cena went and hid from him on Raw. taking away his chance to right the wrong. Corbin says that's life. He's tired of people asking about the briefcase. He doesn't live in the past like the WWE Universe. Corbin indicates that he will answer AJ's challenge and win the title tonight. He walks off back to commercial. Back from the break, out comes U.S. Champion AJ Styles. AJ reminds us how he and Kevin Owens lost a chance, about how Kevin Owens lost a chance for the title as long as he holds it. AJ kicks off the open challenge to the rest of the roster. The music hits, out comes Ty Dillinger. Baron Corbin confronts him on the stage and they argue. Corbin shoves Ty and Ty shoves him back. They hit to the ring, but Corbin tries to stop him again. Ty leads Corbin down at the ringside. So we get U.S. title match, Ty Dillinger versus AJ Styles. Highlights of this link. The bell rings and they go at it. Ty blocks an early phenomenal forearm attempt and goes for a tiebreaker, but AJ countered that. AJ dropped Ty into the calf crusher and gets the easy win. After the quick match, AJ celebrated as Corbin pulled Ty to the floor again and launched him into the barrier. Corbin tried to come in after AJ, but AJ hit him with a forearm for a big pop. Corbin throws a pin at ringside as AJ stood tall. Jinder Mahal and Rusev were backstage preparing for the main event. Jinder calls Rusev his friend, but Rusev says they are not friends. He came to SmackDown to be the WWE champion, and after tonight, he's coming for the title. Still to come segment, Bobby Roode will be in action. Back to commercial. Well, can be seen for that. Mike Kanellis versus Bobby Roode. Back from the break, Mike and Maria are kissing in the ring. Bobby Roode's entrance starts up, and out he comes. Glorious! They lock up and trade holds as fans start chanting for Roode. Roode takes Kanellis to the mat and shows off some. Roode does a glorious taunt. Next, as the fans cheer some more, they lock up again, and Roode takes it to the corner as Maria yells from ringside. Mike Kanellis comes out of the corner and takes Roode to another corner, unloading on him and stomping him away. Referee warns Mike as Roode comes out of the corner with chops to the chest. Mike with a right hand. Roode blocks the next move and unloads again. Roode nails the clothesline in the corner. Kanellis runs into boots in the corner. Roode with a blockbuster. Roode charges but runs into an elbow. Mike charges, but Roode catches him in the spot with his classic spine buster. Roode waits for Kanellis to get back up as the fans do the glorious chant. And Kanellis gets up, but Roode hits him with a glorious DDT for the win. After the match, Roode too tall. As we go to replays, Roode hits corner and poses as his music hits. Still to come, our tag team main event. Kevin Owens is shown walking backstage. Byron says we were scheduled to have a match, but Owens is coming out instead. Back to commercial. The segment could be seen in this link. Back for the break, and we get Aiden English. It's already in the ring singing. The music interrupts, and out comes Kevin Owens to march to the ring. First time. Thank you, Kevin Owens. Owens says, with all due respect, none of these Arkansas hillbillies have the mental capacity to appreciate Aiden's talents. He asks English to leave the ring so he can handle some business. And he won't ask twice. English then leaves the ring, and Owens thanks him. Owens starts ranting about what happened in last week's U.S. title match with first Baron Corbin and then SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon as special referee. Owens asks what gives Shane the right to put his hands on the referee. Corbin, and then doing what he did, Owens points out 1 year ago, he became WWE Universal Champion 1 year later, and here he is not a champion like he should be because Shane had screwed him twice. Owens says this would never happen back in the good old days when he was on Raw because you'd never see the lovely Stephanie McMahon abuse her power in such a disgusting way. Owens goes on ranting about Shane until his music hit, and out comes the commissioner. Shane speaks from the stage as he says he's not here to help Owens. It was Owens who picked the special referee for last week, Corbin. Shane says Corbin was extremely biased and then left the match before it was over. Shane took it upon himself to call the finish because A match of that magnitude needed a finish. Shane says Owens lost to AJ. Owens says Shane screwed him again. Shane says Owens can call it what he wants because the conversation is over. Shane says he and the fans are tired of hearing Owens complain. Shane asks Owens to leave the ring and for English to return to the ring because he has a match against this man. Music hits and out he comes, and highlights can be shown at this. Can be seen in this link. Sami Zayn versus Aiden English. Sami makes his way out as English waits in the ring. Owens joins the announcers for commentary. The bell rings and English kicks Sami to start things off. English takes Sami to the corner and works him over. English keeps control and covers for a 2 count. Sami comes back and sends English over the top rope. Sami runs the ropes and hits a big dive. Sami brings it back in and keeps control for a 2 count. Owens is ranting on the referee. He's tired of people not doing their jobs right. Owens enters the ring and takes the referee's jersey off while English is mounting Sami in the corner. Owens is trying to call the match now. Sami comes down off the top and argues with him, allowing English to attack from behind. Owens ends up hitting a pop-up powerbomb on Sami. English takes the advantage and covers for the pinfall. And Owens counts the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Owens raises English's arm. As the music plays, Owens goes to ringside and tosses the jersey back to the referee. Owens makes his exit while Sami tries to recover in the ring. Still to come, our tag team main event and the New Day versus the Usos back to commercial. Back from the break, we see what just happened with Owens. Renee Young backstage with Shane. He says the match does not count and Sami did not lose. The match will not be in the books. Shane says he was just told that Owens has left and Shane will be doing the same thing in just a few minutes, and he walks off. Dasha Fuentes backstage with Dolph Ziggler. She asks what we can expect for the new side of him tonight. Ziggler says we can expect nothing because what he has in mind is going to take a little longer. He rants on becoming nothing more than an afterthought when he's really a star. He once again takes shots at various WWE gimmicks, including Finn Balor by calling him a charisma vacuum. Ziggler says all the years of dedication and sacrifice have meant nothing, so if we want all flash and no substance, that's what we'll get next week. And that can be seen in this link. Usos versus the New Day. We go to the ring. Out comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. Winner of this match will get to pick the stipulation for the title rematch, and the highlights can be seen in this link. We see how the Usos won the titles at SummerSlam, and out comes New Day. Xavier Woods with Big E, and Kofi kicks him, but he's wearing a brace on his leg, and it's sore sign around his neck. We go to commercial, back from the break, and Jey Uso has control of Big E. Kofi gets the tag and unloads on Jey. Kofi hits a boom drop, but misses Trouble in Paradise. Kofi ends up hitting a crossbody, but Jimmy Uso breaks the pin. Jimmy tosses Kofi into the corner. Big E comes in and takes a super kick. Kofi kicks Uso and goes up top. Kofi counters a Samoa drop and takes Jey to the mat into a submission. Jey provides a distraction, and the hold is broken. Kofi doesn't see the tag being made as Jey comes in. Jey rolls Kofi up with a handful of tights to get the win. After the match, the champs hit the stage with their titles and look back at the New Day in the ring. Dasha Fuentes backstage with Carmella and James Ellsworth. Ellsworth interrupts her and takes the mic. Ellsworth asks Carmella what she has planned. Carmella is annoyed with Ellsworth and isn't telling him anything else. She says she would have been champion if it weren't for his big mouth last week. Ellsworth sent her flowers to make up for it, but apparently he stole them from a funeral. SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya interrupts and promises to make Carmella the Baron Corbin of the women's division if she ever tries to cash in. They have words and a match is made for next week. Carmella and Ellsworth leave. Naomi appears and reveals that she will get her rematch in 2 weeks on SmackDown. And the highlights of that can be seen in that night. Still to come segment. Season 2 premiere of The Fashion Files. Back to commercial. Back for the break. Lana's in the ring. She gives a grand introduction to Tamina Snuka and calls her out. Future SmackDown Women's Champion. Out comes Tamina to the ring. Tamina Snuka versus Tina Stock. Can be found on this link. Tamina enters the ring as her jobber opponent awaits. The bell rings and the jobber goes to work. Tamina fights her off. Lana yells into the mic at ringside and orders Tamina to crush her opponent. Tamina unloads and hits it. Nails some headbutts in the corner. Tamina with more offense and a super kick to the face for the win. After the match, Lana enters the ring as Tamina throws her opponent into the bottom rope, trying to toss her out of the ring. Lana and Tamina stand tall as Tamina's music hits. Lana orders photographers to enter the ring and take shots of Tamina. The announcers lead us to a season 2 premiere of the Fashion Files with Tyler Breeze and Fandango. All signs point to Aiden English. Highlights of that link. So the tag team main event, back to commercial. Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal and Rusev. Highlights of this link. Back from the break, Shinsuke Nakamura makes his entrance. Jinder Mahal, Rusev, and the Singh brothers are already out. Randy Orton was out next. Big brawl breaks out before the bell with Orton and Nakamura starting things off. They take their opponents out to the floor and return to the ring to stand tall. Back to commercial. Back for the break. The match is already underway. Mahal has control of Nakamura, but Nakamura fights back. Nakamura crawls for a tag, but Jinder stops him and pounds on him. Jinder with a knee to the back as he keeps Nakamura grounded. Fans rally for Orton to get the tag. Nakamura fights back and hits the jawbreaker. Orton gets the tag and unloads on Jinder. Orton fights Jinder into the corner and unloads with uppercuts as the referee warns him. Orton ducks the clothesline and goes for an RKO, but Jinder avoids it. Goes to the floor. Singh brothers scatter as Orton follows. Orton goes to work on Jinder and slams him on the top of the barrier. They come back in the ring and Jinder fights Orton off. Orton grabs him for a follow-away slam. Orton goes for second rope jumping DDT, but the Singh brothers distract the referee on the apron, allowing Rusev to interfere and send Orton into the corner. Legal man Rusev stomps away on Orton on the floor. Rusev brings Orton back in and covers for a 2 count. Rusev takes Orton back to the corner and stomps away. Rusev distracts the referee as Jinder hits Orton with a cheap shot. Fan chant for Orton as Rusev keeps him grounded. Orton fights up and out, but Rusev floors him for a 2 count. Jinder tags back in and gets a 2 count on Orton. Orton fights out of another hole and sends Jinder into the ring post. Nakamura and Rusev tag in at the same time. Nakamura drops Rusev on the left and delivers kicks while Rusev is on his knees. Rusev catches a kick, but Nakamura hits an enziguri. Nakamura charges in the corner and positions Rusev on the rope for the knee to the ribs. Nakamura gets a 2 count. Nakamura goes for the reverse exploder, but Rusev fights him off. Rusev misses the clothesline, and Nakamura drops him into the armbar. Jinder breaks up the hold, and Orton comes in and goes for a jumping DDT on Jinder. He nails it. Rusev avoids the RKO, but gets a boot. Nakamura comes off the middle rope and nails Rusev. And Nakamura nails the Kantacha on Rusev for the pinfall victory. After the match, Orton and Nakamura stand tall as Nakamura's music hits. We go to replays. Orton and Nakamura have some friendly words and are all smiles ahead of their main event match on next week's SmackDown. Orton nails the RKO out of nowhere and drops Nakamura in the middle of the ring. We get a replay and come back to Orton posing in the corner as his music hits. SmackDown goes off the air with Orton posing while Nakamura is laid out. 205 live results. The recap of the rivalry between Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. Vic Joseph and Corey Graves welcome us as they talk about the newest arrival to 205 in Enzo Amore. The upcoming 6-man tag match and a no DQ match between Gallagher and Kendrick, which is up first. Brian Kendrick versus Jack Gallagher, no DQ match. Jack stands in the ring, eyes focus on Kendrick, as Brian yells, "I'm a fighter." Gallagher with some big strikes early on. Kendrick grabs the umbrella, goes for a swing, but is blocked. Gallagher then goes to work on Kendrick's back as he bails out of the ring. Following his opponent out, Gallagher with a running drop kick that sends Kendrick out to the crowd. Kendrick is getting destroyed so far, getting thrown into the barricades, cases, and even the screen on the stage. Action makes its way back to the ring, but Kendrick is sent right out to the floor. Gallagher begins to dismantle the announce table. He heads over and Kendrick nails him with a kendo stick, then slams Jack head into steel steps over and over. Gallagher gets his foot tied into the ring apron and ties Kendrick into the apron ties, and Kendrick swings for the fences a few more times. Ringside doctor checks out Gallagher as Kendrick taunts the crowd. Looks like Gallagher got busted open on one of those whacks against the steps. Kendrick brings the ring bell into the ring and smacks his opponent's head on it. Then locks into the captain's hook with the help of a kendo stick to get the win. Backstage, Dasha talks with Noam Dar, Drew Gulak, and Tony Nese. Dar says he may have underestimated Enzo on Raw, and that Enzo didn't beat him. He beat himself. Gulak jumps in and feels like Enzo is going to tarnish the good name of 205 Live. Tony is counting his abs and is completely over talking about Enzo. TJ Perkins joins the commentary, still on crutches and with a knee brace. Rich Swann versus Ariya Daivari. TJP says the knee is coming along, but he's taking his time getting back to 100%. After some back and forth holds, the pace picks up as both superstars go for pin attempts, each getting a 2 count. Swann landing a rolling splash, goes for a pin, 2 count. Daivari heads to the outside, plays possum, and suddenly slams Swann on the announce table. Daivari then grabs one of TJP's crutches, attempting to bring it in the match. TJP rips it away from him. A semi-distracted Daivari gets rolled up and pinned. After the match, Daivari runs out and beats up TJP, jamming a crutch into TJP's stomach. Daivari throws him into the ring, and suddenly TJP can wrestle. He flips off the ropes and does a spinning kick to take Daivari out. TJP says his knee is getting better to Swann. Swann grabs a crutch and hands it to TJP. Disappointed, Swann heads out of the ring as TJP goes back to Daivari and lands a detonation kick. Backstage in the locker room, back in the locker room, Cedric Alexander and Graham Metalik are met by Enzo Amore. Enzo starts drawing up a game plan. Cedric says that's not needed as those two have been around since 205 Live started, and Enzo tries to go back to a game plan as Metalik and Cedric look at each other, probably wondering if there's another show Enzo can go to. Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Noam Dar versus Enzo, Cedric, and Graham Metalik. Enzo comes out to a decent pop. Cuts his usual promo and the crowd busts out a "How you doing" chant. Enzo calls Drew Gulak Captain Underpants and says Nese moonlights as a Chippendales dancer. Starting off, it's Gulak and Enzo. Gulak tries dancing like Enzo before the two lock up. Gulak starts working Enzo on the mat, saying, "You want to disrespect us?" Gulak really putting the boots to Enzo before he's able to tag in Cedric. Gulak yells from the apron, "I got more for you, punk," at Enzo. And highlights can be found at that link. Nese and Cedric in the ring. Cedric using his quickness to keep Nese grounded. Enzo wants back in, gets the tag. Nese continues to talk to Enzo about being new to the division. Metalik and Cedric with stereo dives to the outside. Metalik did an amazing step-up variation and landed on his feet. Enzo wants to do the same, and Nese cuts him off at the pass. Action back in the ring. Alexander is getting worked over by both Nese and Gulak. Alexander trying to make a comeback. Finally drops Gulak with a nice handspring roundhouse kick. In comes Nese and Metalik. The king of the rope dances on the second rope, nailing a nice drop kick. Nese gets dropped near the corner. Metalik goes for a senton, but Gulak pulls Nese out of the way. Cedric clears out Gulak. Metalik able to tag in Enzo, who hits a high crossbody on Nese. Then clears out Dar. Enzo counters Nese, rolls him up, and puts his feet on the ropes to seal the victory for his team. After the match, we see Neville backstage, just laughing at Enzo as his team celebrates in the ring. They're not going to be seen at this one. Dark main event. After last night's taping, saw Charlotte lose to SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya after the champ used a handful of tights on the roll-up. And that concludes my SmackDown and 205 Live results for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on Be. If you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.